When I first started coding, I had no idea where to begin, just like you might feel now. But trust me, it is easier than it looks. Welcome to CodeNFacts, your go-to place for mastering coding and AI step by step. Today we are starting from the very beginning. Python, one of the most beginner-friendly and powerful programming language in the world. Python was created by Guido van Rossum in 1991 with a vision to make coding simple, clear, and fun for everyone. Now you might ask, why do developers love Python so much? Because it is simple to learn, yet powerful enough to be used by tech giants like Google, Netflix, and NASA. It is widely used in web development, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, and even game development. And here is the best part, you don't need to memorize complex syntax or confusing symbols. If you can think logically, you can start coding in Python. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what Python is, but also write your first working Python program. So stay tuned. Let's begin your coding journey with CodeNFacts. So what exactly is Python? Python is a high-level interpreted programming language that's easy to read and write. It feels almost like plain English. Now the question is that what is interpreted programming languages? So programming languages can be categorized in several ways, but the most common classification is based on the level of abstraction and execution model. First of all, based on level of abstraction, programming languages are of two types, such as low level languages and another one is high level languages. First, low level languages means these are closer to human language, easy to read and write. Such example is machine language S0 and 1. Another one is high level language, mean they need a compiler or interpreter to translate them into machine code. Example Python, Java, C, C++, JavaScript, etc. Now the second thing is based on execution model. This refers to how the code is executed, mean compiled or interpreted. First of all, these are of three types, such as compiled language, interpreted language, and hybrid language. Now see compiled language. In this, the code is translated or compiled into machine code before execution. Once compiled, you get an executable file that runs directly. Such example as C, C++, and Go. Second one is interpreted language. In this, the code is executed line by line by an interpreter without producing a separate executable file. Examples such as Python and JavaScript. Third one is hybrid language, mean both compiled and interpreted language. Some language use both methods, first compiled into an intermediate form, then interpreted. These are close to machine code, binary, and are hard for human to read. Example is Java, that means he compiled to bytecode and then run by JVM, mean Java Virtual Machine. Now that you know what Python is and why it is so popular, it's time to write your first program and see Python in action. Don't worry if this is your first time coding, we will do it step by step. Before we start coding, you need a place to write your Python code. You can use VS Code or PyCharm, which comes installed with Python. Here I am using VS Code, which is easy. Open your editor and create a new file. Save it as fast underscore program.py. Here the .py is a extension. The work of extension is it tells Python that this is a Python file. Now type this simple line of code and also save the file. Here the print function tells Python to display something on the screen. The text in this code is exactly what will appear. Run the program and see the output is CodeNFacts. Try changing the text to your name or phone messages. Python will print whatever you write inside the codes. Here is what's happening in this program. Let's see. Print is a function, means a block of code that performs a specific task. And CodeNFacts is a string, means that a sequence of character inside codes. Python executes your code line by line, displaying the output immediately. Let's do a teeny exercise. Here is the question is print your name, age and favorite hobby on separate lines. Here is the hint that use multiple print statements. Don't worry if it seems new, it's completely normal. Pause the video and try it yourself, it helps you learn faster. Okay, let's see. Now the question is, if there are so many lines of code that we want to print, do we have to write so many print statements? Don't worry, we will see an easier way to do this in our next video. And that's it, your very fast Python program. Remember, every expert coder started just like you by writing their fast simple lines of code. Keep practicing and soon you will be ready for variables, conditions and loops, which we will cover in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe so you don't miss any tutorials. Keep coding, keep creating, and see you in the next video on CodeNFacts.